Well, unfortunately, I can't tell you what's in the hearts of any individual, but I can tell you what our researchers have been studying with Mr. Musk's own output on his platform X. We examined posts about the US elections that he'd posted between January the 1st and July the 31st, identifying 50 posts that independent fact checkers found to be false. Now, those 50 posts had accrued 1.2 billion views. And there were three main categories. There was an AI-generated fake video of the Democratic nominee, Kamala Harris, which had 100 million plus views. There were claims that Democrats are importing voters, the great replacement theory, a really, really dangerous lie that has led to bloodshed on American streets at the Tree of Life synagogue in Pittsburgh. It's the same conspiracy theory that led to the Christchurch massacre in New Zealand and to the assassination of Joe Cox, a member of parliament in my home country, the United Kingdom, and 250 million views for claims that voting is vulnerable to fraud. None of the posts displayed a community note, which is odd because Mr. Musk says that community notes, the sort of the self-regulation scheme for posting, is a way of ensuring that it's an immediate way to refute anything false, are the exact words he said. None of them carried one of those community notes, and begs the question, is he suppressing notes on his own posts so that he's not showing his own users? But it does appear clear that he's abusing his privileged position to sow disinformation that generates discord and distrust in the electoral process. Precisely the kind of conspiracy theories that lead then to atrocious assaults on election workers and the kinds of thing that the Secretary of State was just talking about.
Imran, what are the prospects for any reforms between now and the election?
Well, look, it's highly unlikely we're going to see any reforms brought forward in legislation. And to be frank, legislation is a blunt tool for dealing with these platforms. I think we do have to ask ourselves in society about our relationship with a platform like X. X is increasingly becoming like Telegram, which is that dodgy platform that's used by terrorists, hate actors, and others. It's a platform that has the morals of Telegram and yet is still monetized as though it was a legitimate platform. And you have to ask yourself, if you're using that platform, lawmakers, journalists, they're the ones who've made this platform so famous. And so I do think we need to have a serious conversation with ourselves about whether or not we should still be using platforms like X. The second question is for advertisers. And advertisers have to ask themselves a hard question. In their search for eyeballs for their ads, is it really worth selling out American democracy? Because lies aren't just about helping one side or another. When we can't tell lies from truth, that leads to apathy. And apathy is the greatest enemy of democracy. Because when we can't tell what's true or not, then the actual choices that we make in a democratic election are fundamentally meaningless.